I made a moose. I was very proud of myself.
Yeah, I think I can see it right here. Am I sharing my screen now? You guys see the moose here? Maybe if I zoom in a little bit.
Yeah, there it is.
There it is. This was you. Awesome. Oh, that's a nice moose. That's a fine moose. Okay, so yeah, I've been in the space for a while now. I did some NFT stuff in the beginning. I'm working at the Ethereum Foundation right now, just working with a lot of developers, and I'm building this thing called Scaffold ETH. It's kind of this dev environment that lets you kind of quickly iterate on Solidity. It tries to take care of as much of the work as it can for you. Let's see, I'm probably streaming. No, you can see that. Okay, cool. It tries to take care of a lot of work for you. Gives you a nice smart contract sandbox at first, has a lot of scaffolding that helps you kind of build and tightly iterate on a contract and a front end at the same time. And then you end up kind of having an app and the state-of-the-art tools like Bidler ready to go. But what we did was we thought we would build some cool, fun projects with it to show off that you can basically clone this repo and start building things pretty quickly. And one of those first things that we built is Nifty Ink. And so Nifty Ink is, we started building it just on mainnet, right? It was 100% supposed to just be a developer example of an NFT platform that we would put on mainnet to show people if they wanted to make an NFT platform, they could fork this thing. And then gas prices were really, really bad, right? like if we look at gas prices right now, they're insane, and NFTs are getting to be way too expensive. So we were like, okay, let's try this two-chain approach where we have a cheaper chain on one side and then the main chain on the other side, and we can kind of upgrade to the better chain. And I think I kind of talk about this in this about page somewhere. But what we found is you could actually front run artists, which was really interesting. I didn't even think of that, but yes, you could technically, if Vitalik gets on the low value chain and signs something or does something cool, someone could get ahead of that and put it onto the master chain. Basically, a piece of art is basically the recording of you drawing it written to IPFS, so it's content addressable, and then you sign that. So it's like the artist's signature and the IPFS save could technically get front ran to the main chain. So what we came up with was we talked to the XDAI guys, and they had this bridge. So we ended up setting it up so you can kind of gaslessly get in here and you can create something, and you basically get a burner wallet when you land. See this wallet down in the bottom right? If I pull up a new incognito window and I go to Nifty Ink, we're going to see a different address there. We'll have a different address up in the bottom right. Yeah, see, this guy's 2C and this guy's 0C1, but you also have like a wallet there. I can grab this guy's address, and I could go over here and, oh no, wait, I'm going to grab this guy's address, and I'm going to go over to this wallet, and I want to send it to him. See that that blocky lines up, green kind of, and I'm going to send him 10 cents. And boom, and 10 seconds later, 5 seconds later, this guy will have that 10 cents. That's just kind of the magic of the XDAI network. It's quick and fast, but, oh wait, what happened to the 10 cents? Do I need to reload? I don't know what's going on. It may not even be showing. Oh, there it is. Okay, I was like, what is going on? That doesn't make sense. Okay, so now this guy has 10 cents. You can send money around quickly on XDAI. But the works eventually we could go look and see what mainnet prices are right now on your Moose, but we should be able to see that we could, if we wanted to, upgrade this thing to mainnet. Oh, you are the only one that owns it. I need to go to one that I own. Hold on. So basically anything that you own, you can upgrade to mainnet. So you'll basically be on the side chain. You're trading the ability to upgrade. Yeah, $26. That's a little bit too much to upgrade right now. But if I click into like this fuzzy dice, these fuzzy dice right here, there's going to be, if you own it, you'll have a little upgrade button here. Yeah, see, I can upgrade to mainnet for $26 right now. That's a little too expensive, but as an artist, you can also buy and sell. Basically, you're buying and selling the option to mint on mainnet. So let's just come in as like so this guy already has 10 cents. That's not a very good, oh, here we go. Here's a bonus right here. Check this out. If I go to the wallet You guys got your phones out? Oh no, yeah, right there. So there's the private key that holds 10 cents. If you just pull out your camera's phone and point it at that, it will load you up an instant wallet with a burner wallet with that 10 cents in it, and you'll want to send that out to something pretty quickly. We'll see if that disappears. One last time, point your camera at that thing and it will give you a wallet. It's basically just a private key in a burner wallet. What we want to do is maybe I'll grab a Brave browser and I'll open up an incognito window. No, not Brave. Let's even do Safari, right? Isn't Safari's like such a noob, right? All right, I am a noob. I am a total noob coming in here. You see that? It loaded me an address on page load. I don't
Safari. I don't know if
Oh, you can't see the Safari. Okay. Let's see. Screen share. Sorry. Let me try that again. Good call.
I know the Discord with the screen sharing, they've switched it up the last couple months, and Discord does entirely different things now.
All good. I think it's this one right here. Go live. Okay, let's see. Is this me? I'm drawing right here. Are we streaming? You got that?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So yeah, so you can just go to Nifty Ink with, I don't know why I keep hitting that. You go to Nifty Ink and you land here. It does generate you a wallet. So you have another burner wallet here ready to go. It doesn't have any money, but what that burner wallet can do is basically sign meta transactions. So we've got a burner wallet, we've got meta transactions. I'm just gonna draw some cool little flame here. Oh, that's so cool. Yep, there's a lot of real artists on this call. I am not a real artist, but
you are enabling the artist, which is amazing.
Right. That's awesome.
Like
yes,
the potential here is, oh my gosh.
So I'm going to call this fire. So first of all, I'm in Safari, right? I don't know anything about blockchain. I drop in here, I draw some fire, I set some limit. Maybe let's make it 32 and I'll mint some to people on the call. But I can just hit this ink button and hopefully this works. It's now and then when we can only do 1 per second. So if a bunch of people hammer it at once, it'll fail. But basically what you're doing here is you take your burner wallet, you sign a meta transaction saying you're the one that inked this, you send it off to IPFS, and then we pay the gas to write it onto a side chain. But what happens there, that writing it onto the side chain kind of solidifies it on one chain that can eventually bridge it to the main network. So now that we've kind of instantiated this art on the lower value chain, it's sort of tracked here and it can only go to mainnet if you own a copy on the side chain. So on the side chain, you're buying and selling the option. And you can even set this up. So I'm going to set this up. So if you have 25 cents, you could totally buy this. So I have one of 32. The first one is minted to me. I have the option to upgrade it to mainnet. I can send it around. And gaslessly, I can go ahead and even set the price here. So I'm paying for the gas for you as an artist to set it up so you can draw something and then you can set the price for that thing without ever having ETH or even understanding side chains or MetaMask or anything like that. So now someone else could come along. Let's grab this link. Someone else could come along. Oh no, I don't have an account with 25 cents in it. Here we go. I'll just use my MetaMask here. Someone else comes along, follows this link, sees it in the feed. They think this is a cool idea. This burner wallet has 12 cents in it, but I'm going to go ahead and connect my MetaMask now and make sure I'm on X time. Question?
Probably
What's that?
Need to see that screen as well if you're swapping.
Dang it, I always forget. You're swapping screens. Let's see, change window.
So many swapping, yes.
So many, so much. Okay, I think this is the one now.
I see a MetaMask, so this looks...
Yes. Okay, cool. Yes, if you see MetaMask, we're on the right browser again. Thank you for the hint. I'll try to remember that. But this is someone else coming to view the art that first Safari user made, right? So I can see now I can buy this for 25 cents, right? And I'm going to use my MetaMask here that has value in it. You could use a burner wallet. I could log out, but there we go. So now I own one of these, and now I own the rights to upgrade one of these to mainnet if I want. And once it gets upgraded, let's see, let's just go to OpenSea and work backwards. If I go to OpenSea and type in nifty.ink, oh, it's going to want me to be on mainnet, isn't it? hopefully there's some Nifty Ink stuff here in a second. Let's see, Nifty, what do I have to, wait, this should totally work. Ah, lame. There was one called Kuka or something like that I bought. Oh, wait, nope. Oh, it's some birds, but it's not the same bird. I don't know what I'm doing wrong here. Let's see. Maybe if I do Nifty.ink over here. Sex? What was that? Whoa.
OpenSea is trolling us a little today.
I think they are. Yeah. So normally there is, let's see, I don't want to like upgrade one because it would be expensive. Let's see. Let me go find a good example of one that has been upgraded. So yeah, so you can click on Nifty Ink and see the feed here. Why can't we search Nifty Ink? You could do this yesterday. Lame. Okay, let's go find one that has been upgraded. So we'll kind of scroll through here. I think, let's see, I know the steak one is updated. Let me find that steak. That's a good one. Yeah, there it is. Look at this. Okay, so someone drew a steak and they minted it to another person, and I think that other person bought it and upgraded it to mainnet.
Quite the steak drawing.
This is a nice steak, right? There we go. So now once it's upgraded, you get this nice view on OpenSea. So you can look at it on the block explorer, but what we want to do is go view on OpenSea. There we go. Now it's on OpenSea. Now what the heck? There's Nifty Ink right there. What am I doing wrong?
I know.
Did I have to have a capital I? What the heck, OpenSea? Okay, there we go. That links back to that, but I don't know, whatever. Okay, so this is basically on mainnet for sale. You can imagine the artist was able to get in with a burner wallet with meta transactions, make the art, put it up for sale, and then earn money back on XDAI into that burner wallet at first. And then anybody who buys this art can still upgrade it. It's as good as a mainnet NFT, but it's on a side chain, right? And you only need to make it a mainnet NFT if you want to move things through OpenSea or something along those lines. So you only need to go to mainnet if you want. And what's neat at this cost here, I can basically create, like for Bowtie Friday, I could create an NFT that's just a bow tie and set it up so like I could mint 1,000 of them, or I could mint hundreds of them and put them into a bonding curve contract and sell them over there on XDAI where it's super cheap. So thinking of, it's like a fraction of a cent to mint an NFT versus $20 on XDAI or on mainnet right now. So the mechanisms that you can build around these NFTs are a lot cheaper and a lot easier, and the gas concerns are way less. So you can basically kind of, in terms of the composability of what we see on Ethereum, you can have that same composability over on an EVM compatible sidechain that then eventually bridges onto mainnet. So yeah, I don't know, like this is as far as I was thinking. Like there's tons of other stuff I could go look at because I've seen my game like Gallias. If you're an artist, this is kind of this is like very first game I made when I got into blockchain, but all of these assets are hand painted. And you can basically get in here, and if you have XDAI, you'll need to put your MetaMask on XDAI, or you can come in within incognito when mode and see, wait, am I in the right? You guys see like a little ship? Make sure I'm...
Yes.
Yep, okay, cool. Just double checking. Yeah, so basically you can see over here, I've got some XDAI. This is like this little world where there's these fish down here, and they're ERC20s. And you catch the fish with this commit reveal scheme, and you can buy land with the copper you earn from the fish. You can sell the fish to this guy. He's the fishmonger. So you can sell fish, or you can buy fillets, and the fillets feed your citizens. Here's the market here. It's kind of like this whole like kind of Settlers of Catan type world. That,
I was just thinking, like, I'm pretty sure I've played this strategy in a board game before.
Right. Exactly. Yep. And so you can see someone here has built a village, and I tried to style it kind of like the Age of Empires village, kind of a little nostalgia here. So someone basically caught enough fish, and all of these are players, by the way. You can see all these ships, and you see how they kind of like click and they move. About every 5 seconds, you see kind of the whole piece of it. It looks kind of like its own artwork, right? And the whole thing kind of breathes every 5 seconds, and that's basically a block getting mined. Even simple things like the clouds in the background are actually moving based on some parameters in a smart contract. So all of this is on chain, and then it kind of scales up too. So this is just one island. If I were to open up my map, I could look around and find, another island to go visit, and it will be shaped different. There will be different players here. And then there's kind of like this, I was planning on it, but I didn't really ever take this project any farther. But you can kind of sail from island to island with a bigger style of ship, but I didn't really get to that. This became not as important as I started working on other things in the space. If you haven't, how about ETH Build? This is a good one. If you want to learn more about Ethereum and kind of core concepts like key pairs and hash functions and transactions, I've built this thing called ETH Build that is like this little sandbox where you have these boxes that you can kind of explore and edit. Like, let's see, let me bring in like a key pair, right? The classic key pair, and I'll create a generate button, right? And you can see that a key pair on Ethereum is simply a private key that is 64 characters, and I can generate that randomly. And if I generate a good random one, no one's ever going to be able to guess it, except for everyone can see it right now. And from that is derived an address, but I can use that to say, I can use that private key to sign some transaction, right? Or I could bring in a blockchain. Let's bring in a blockchain and let's get the block number, put it on a timer. We don't want to go from Gwei, but you could tell kind of how I'm wiring these things up. There's the current block on Ethereum. So another handy tool to play around with, ETH.build, Nifty Ink, Scaffold ETH, Gallias. What else? Any questions or any comments?
Cool tools that you created here. So how long have you been doing the blockchain thing? Because this is a lot of work you've put into this.
Couple years. Yep. Yeah, I've been.
What initially got you in? Like, what was the draw to blockchain development?
I think reading the Ethereum yellow paper. So like I was into DevOps at the time. I was doing stuff. I built this like it was like a container scalability thing for Docker, and I was like deep down in that. And then I had seen Ethereum a couple times, but one day I decided to just kind of like check out the yellow paper, and seeing how like each little transaction, each little action on Ethereum sort of you pay a little bit of gas for. Whoa. I was gonna try to bring up I think I've done something wrong. Can you still hear me?
Hear you, yes.
Okay, cool. It will only let me share my screen. That's okay, I guess. Yep, let me go back. Sorry, this is only the second time I've done this. I feel very new to this. So, yeah, I don't know where I was going with that, to be honest. Let's see.
From DevOps to...
Yes, DevOps to reading the yellow paper and understanding that like each action that I do within Solidity is costing a little bit of money, and money is at the base of the protocol, and what decentralization really means. And just getting in and playing around with smart contracts, I just saw a lot of potential, and kind of like basically went heads down and built Gallias first, and didn't really talk to anybody and see if it had product market fit, and see if anybody like would like it. I just kind of built it and then put it out there, and no one really cared. So I knew I needed to do a better job of like building things that people wanted and figuring out what people want, and basically iterating in public, right? Sort of like building code and products and giving them to people in very early stages, and seeing how they use those prototypes, and then kind of learning from that. Another thing that I built is the xdai.io burner wallet. So yeah, this is basically, you can open this up. Oh wait, you probably can't see it.
And is this the one that you're using for the Nifty.ink?
Yeah, there's kind of a new one that I'm working on called instantwallet.io. So it's a very similar thing. It's basically a burner wallet, but a little cleaner, a little different look to it. And I'm setting it up right now to kind of be able to move tokens back and forth. But if you if you pull up your just like web browser like Safari and you type in instantwallet.io, you'll get an instant wallet, and you can send XDAI to that right now. It's only on XDAI, but you can send around XDAI. There's no exchange or anything, but it's an example of building a burner wallet, but I'm using Scaffold ETH, the same thing that we used to build Nifty Ink. We built the instant wallet with, and I'll be launching it in a week or two. And there's a couple other kind of products we're working on with Scaffold ETH, but those are sort of going to be in the repo there. Yep. So if you want to check out Scaffold,
interesting.
Yeah, for sure.
Definitely. And I think the link to Scaffold ETH is right in your Twitter too, yeah?
Yep, probably. Yep. So I'm Austin.
Poking around there. I tagged you in the community link too.
Awesome.
So
Perfectly.
People could see your account, and I think you got a Nifty Ink Twitter that looks pretty new. But
did we set up a Nifty Ink Twitter?
You do. It has the website and everything.
Oh wow. I don't think I did that. That's awesome. At Nifty Ink.
Have that.
Dope. Somebody did it. I'm gonna follow.
Yes.
I'm gonna follow that.
So we got this about you.
That's cool.
We actually had a question from the community though.
Okay. Yes, please.
Because I think a lot of us are on ETH right now. That's kind of the background that we have. So can you explain XDAI kind of as a concept to the community? Like what are the benefits? Obviously we get cheaper transactions there, which is nice. And aside from these, are there any other projects that you're really into or things we should look out for?
Yep, I think that's going to be key. Is we're going to see a new shift as people are priced out on Ethereum. For the first time, they're actually like financially incentivized to use XDAI. Like it wasn't that bad 6 months ago, and so XDAI was kind of there wasn't as much traffic on it. You can see now there's a lot of like traffic and a lot of stuff going on here, but it used to be pretty quiet. But the benefits here are this thing is an exact copy of Ethereum in terms of how Ethereum works. So if you are building a project on Ethereum, you can just point your RPC endpoint to ps:// what is it? rdai.poa.network. So this is the RPC endpoint. So basically, instead of pointing it at mainnet, Infura, or whatever, you can point it at this DAI.poa.network, and that you just kind of point the bat signal over at XDAI, and you deploy your contracts exactly the same, except for it's just faster and cheaper, and it'll work the same way. But then if you need currency, if you want to have XDAI, you need to lock up DAI in the bridge contract. So let's see, XDAI bridge. Yeah, so basically what you can do is you can take and you'll switch between here. So if I have my mainnet account, it's gonna let me put in mainnet DAI, right? Or ETH. Really? I thought I had a DAI balance. Oh, there it is, 275. Okay, so I could do 100 DAI right now and hit transfer, and in about 5 minutes, I will have XDAI on the other side. So you lock up DAI, you get XDAI, and then with 1 penny of XDAI, you can deploy a bunch of contracts. It's a lot cheaper than on Ethereum, because if you think about on ETH to deploy something it's 0.0001 or something like that. If you think about that 0.001, but in dollars, it's a lot cheaper, right? So 0.001 would be a tenth of a penny, and that's what it would cost to deploy something on XDAI. So it's crazy cheap. The security concerns are something there. I think it's DPoS, something like that. It's basically there's validators that are validating the blocks. So you have a little bit weaker security concerns than you do with proof of work over on Ethereum. But we're talking about small transfers. We're talking about all the stuff that's kind of priced out of Ethereum right now down the long tail. You shouldn't be moving millions of dollars on XDAI yet, but it's totally great for a $30 art purchase. And I think that's what we're seeing a lot over in Nifty Ink is the prices are $5, $10, $15. The people that are charging $1,000 aren't really selling anything. I think that it's really great for that low value art, and also just tinkering and seeing what your community likes, right? You can draw a bunch of stuff here for free and see what sticks. But you asked about composability, and I think we will start to see a bunch of composability as other projects priced out currently priced out on Ethereum move over to something like XDAI, and it's really easy for them. pooled together or whatever. They just point the bat signal over at the new RPC endpoint, and they point their front end over at the new RPC endpoint, and now their app runs on XDAI. It's all exactly the same as Ethereum, but then you don't have to have like weird block time loaders and stuff, right? When you know it's going to be 5 seconds every time, there's a lot less UX you have to kind of like dance around to make for a better experience. Speaking of loaders,
That's
loading
nice.
forever.
Well,
What's going on?
the fact that it's exactly like Ethereum in terms of the
Yep.
structure of, the XDAI network, it probably makes bridging the tokens from XDAI over to ETH a little bit easier. That's why because we actually, a lot of the Dapper Labs games are moving on to their new blockchain Flow.
Yep.
And so that's one of the things that they just recently had a summer programming camp, the Open World Builders program, where they're looking at finding ways to create bridges to move from ETH to Flow. So this seems like that's more of a seamless transaction because it's
Absolutely.
the same
Yep.
infrastructure.
Not just moving your tokens, but just like your whole stack, right? You probably have some dev stack where you have a few contracts and you have a front end and everything's already built for Ethereum. It's as easy as changing that
Pointing to a
RPC
different endpoint.
Right. Yep. Not even
amazing.
like bridging tokens at this point. This is just like taking your stuff that's deployed here and deploying it over here. The token bridges are a different thing, and so there's a DAI token bridge that you lock up DAI and you get XDAI, but there's also this arbitrary message bridge, and that's what we used for Nifty Ink. And it's basically just like a multi-sig that sits on both sides, and all it can do is move tokens back and forth. You can't like mint like $1 million or something like that. So if it does get jacked up somehow, all it's going to do is stop the flow. So we'll get griefed for a little bit while we set up the multi-sig. But basically, your art on the cheap side is almost acts like an option to mint to mainnet, and then when you're ready, you can pull the trigger and pay the mainnet fee and move that through that arbitrary message bridge, and it shows up in OpenSea. I think you guys are hammering on Nifty Ink or something. This loader's just like
very possible. We've got all the people in Discord as well on Twitch, because this is exciting stuff.
Awesome. Cool. So thank you. That's cool.
Yeah, no, like this is super exciting because that's one of our big things. Is a lot of people have been really stressed with the way gas prices have been kind of prohibiting a lot of the artistic, minting and the transfers and buys and sells. So having something like this where you have an alternative and could then move it back to ETH is amazing. And there's our whale. I love it. So
it's not Telegram, it's Discord.
One of the other questions we had actually from the chat is about the security feature. So is there a time limit for the burner wallet? Because I know that you mentioned when we initially get on Nifty Ink here, you get that burner wallet and you can mint things, which I created a little moose. But is there, I guess, any sort of...
Nope. That's a great question. So your moose is back here, and you used a burner wallet. Here we go. This is a burner wallet right here. So this wallet, did I already display the key? Yeah. So this wallet basically is in your local storage. The private key, that 64-character hex code, is in your local storage. No one has stolen my $10 yet. You guys, get your phone out and point it at this thing.
I think maybe it's not showing up on the screen. It's another one
of those. No, it's another one. Dang it, I did it again. All right, let me go find this. Just a second. I'm sorry, you guys. There we go. Go live. There we go. You see that? So this is, so let me just back all the way out here. This is an account that I just landed on here, and here is this guy, and I sent him 10 cents. Whoop. But to go to kind of hammer on this idea of this burner wallet, there is a private key stored in local storage, and you can recover that private key. You can paste that into MetaMask if you want, but in terms of limits here, it's all about how long your local storage is. Like, since I have this in an incognito window, as soon as I close this 10 cents is gone. That's why you can kind of...
F5 will kill it.
Yep. Except for I've got this nice thing here, so I can point my phone at that. I can point some device at that, and it will bring up a burner wallet with that money in it. So it'll basically transfer the private key to a different device. So in terms of how long it lasts, it depends on your local storage. I know that local storage on a Mac, I've heard, gets cleared after 2 weeks or something like that, but not if you add it to your home screen or something. I've actually never had it clear on me in a timeout scenario. It's either been I use it quickly and I burn it, or I have specific ones that I've saved that are there forever. Here, let me show you even something else here. If I do, oh wait, I gotta get the right window. Let me get it going here. Let me get it on the right screen. This one. Okay, so this is a burner wallet. This is, if you were to follow that private key, you would land on something like this. You can do things like exchange it to DAI. You can set up a shop. You can say like, I want, $1. Let's see, request $1 for art, right? And I hit request, and now I can kind of paste this QR code in my window somewhere, and anybody else with the burner wallet can just shoot this with their camera, and it's going to take them to a page where it's going to send me $1 for art, and they can just confirm it and send. That's how we did the food trucks at ETH Denver. But you can also send money with a link. But if we go into advanced, you could paste in your private key, or if you wanted to get really weird, you could type in some kind of mnemonic. And I happen to have money stored in a few different mnemonics, and there we go. So this is actually a burner wallet that's on a mnemonic that I just remember, right? So once you get to the point where you are using a burner wallet all the time, you kind of want to go to advanced and put in some kind of mnemonic here, just a big long password that no one's going to guess. And it's good enough to store small amounts of money, even collectibles like this mountain goat painting. So wait, what were we talking about? What was the question? I don't know where we were even going with this, just going through stuff.
Looking at the security features and the time limit for the burner wallets. And it's cool that you mentioned the ETH Denver thing, because one of our community members said that he remembers XDAI when you're pushing it hard at ETH Denver, and that's where the X burner got the traction it needed.
Yep, exactly. Yep. At ETH Denver, basically we did, let's see, it was ETH Denver 2019, I think. Maybe burner wallet ETH Denver 2019. That's going to be 2020. Maybe this one. Yeah, there we go. We had Buffadai, right? And you would send around money for food. Man, that's giving me flashbacks. That was a fun time. So you could move around a burner wallet. In terms of security concerns, again, like there's validators on this network, right? Like this is not proof of work Ethereum. Don't put $5 million in it yet. It's like a 3 of 4 signer on the DAI bridge and like 12 validators over on the network. The key here is this is like a test net, but you have skin in the game. XDAI is like a low value skin in the game chain, where we could take Aave and deploy it to XDAI, and then we could play around with these lending mechanisms in a way where it's only costing us, $5 if we screw something up, not $5 million. So I'm kind of like pushing people toward XDAI to try it out, just because it's a good place to test. Even if you test in prod, test in XDAI prod, not in Ethereum mainnet prod.
Will cost you less for the testing.
Yes, exactly. Yep. What's another thing? XMoon Exchange. You guys get down with the XMoon Exchange? Let's see if this is coming up. So this is also built with Scaffold ETH. I took moons, Reddit moons, and I bridged them. So here's how many Reddit moons I have, and that's on Rinkeby. This is kind of a fun exchange showing how you can go from, let me get rid of these messages. There we go. Okay, so you can go from XMoon, or go from Moon, and you can bridge it into what's XMoon. So on Rinkeby, one EVM chain, you basically lock up your moons, and some XMoons are minted for you on XDAI. And then there's this Uniswap. Basically, this is a Uniswap clone that I built that lets you move. So what do I have? I have 189 XDAI. So if I wanted to put in 189 XDAI, I'm going to get out 24,000 XMoon. So see how this this curve is basically the liquidity. The way an automated market maker works is there's a reserve on both sides, and the reserve tells you what the cost of things are. But you can see as I make a big purchase here, there's a lot of slippage. I'm putting in a lot compared to, watch what happens if I do like $8. I'm going to get 1981, but if I do $80, I start to get more slippage. And if I do $800, there's an incredible amount of slippage. But you can kind of see how, as I adjust this, it makes sense how these two reserves in this exchange are making it, providing the liquidity, but actually causing some, I'm just going to buy $20 worth for fun. Yeah.
It's actually a really useful visual because the whale community, we have, the whale token, and we have the Uniswap, liquidity pool out there that a lot of the community members are participating in. So having the visual on how slippage happens, I think, is really interesting, because that's something that, people put money in, they convert, ETH to whale and back and forth. But seeing the visual here with the moon and the XDAI, that's
right.
Really interesting.
And if you would like a little cleaner, and let me make sure I'm showing the right thing. If you want a little cleaner interface to do the same thing, you can use this Uniswap clone that the OneHive guys put together. I'm not exactly sure who I need to give credit here for. OneHive, they put basically a direct Uniswap clone out on XDAI. So we're just gonna grab their list, I guess. But what's cool is you can go from XDAI to, say, XMoon, and there you go. That same token that I had over there, I can exchange back. Let's see what the liquidity looks like here. Yeah, I want to connect my MetaMask. Yeah, I want to have a bad time and clunky user experience. I sure do. Let's see. If I put in 100 of these moons, insufficient liquidity. Okay, so these guys don't have any liquidity. I need to provide liquidity to the pool. Let's do that. It's easy. What's my token? XMoon. I have both of these things. What happens if I want to provide $10? Oh, there's not even anything here. Oh man.
You get to make the market right now.
I get to make the market right now. I don't even know. Wait, why? It's like doing what?
It won't let you.
It won't let me make the market. Okay, well, that's nice.
Theoretically, that's how it would work.
Yes, exactly. I was excited there. I was going to make that market, but I guess that's not going to work. But yeah, if you check out, so the XDAI stake page, I feel like has tons of different stuff. Oh, Gallias even here? Oh, you better believe it. Look at this. Oh, that warms my heart.
Famous than you thought.
Yeah. Oh, that's cool. And we got Nifty Ink here. It was funny when we launched Nifty Ink, our low-key tagline, like as a joke to ourselves, it was a platform for drawing dicks on the internet, and we have had very few dicks drawn. I am very impressed with the community.
I feel like that would be like the prime thing to be drawing here.
Right, exactly.
Just based on general internet use.
Well, I'll leave it here. If anybody wants to draw one and submit it, we'll see it come up. But yeah, any other questions or other things to explore, or other things? You said you're reading a chat somewhere. I should probably be in that chat, maybe.
So the Discord chat here, it's the stream text channel right above the voice channel.
Word, got it. I'm in.
Keeping up there.
Oh, I'm gonna do a fire emoji. Boom.
Nice. Go with your fire art there. We've got the Twitch. This is being broadcast over to the whale community Twitch as well.
Dope.
So
awesome. Well, thank you guys for having me.
All over the place. That way we can see your cool projects. And
I just remembered another project that Allegra wanted me to show, and that is Cryptogs. So at ETH Denver, I think it was the first one. I with a team built Pogs. You have to be a certain age to remember Pogs.
I did have Pogs when I was a kid.
Yeah, so we put Pogs on the blockchain, and this was back when it made sense to do that. But the smart contract is just insane. Let's see, let's just get down here, just pick a random start coin flip. Okay, so we're just at the coin flip, picking who the random person is that's going to go. This all goes in order. Okay, so here you are raising your slammer, and then here you are throwing your slammer. So it uses a commit reveal for randomness. But basically, like every little action, I'm putting my stack here, you're putting your stack here. Okay, we're shuffling our stack. Okay, I'm lifting my slammer, I'm throwing my slammer. Each one of those was a mainnet interaction that you had to do. Oh yeah, look at that Cryptog. You own that one, right? What's it worth? Not for sale. I wonder what the most expensive Cryptog has ever sold for. not 1,000 ETH. I don't do that. But yeah, another can I at least type Cryptog in here and get, oh yeah, at least Nifty, or at least OpenSea's got me on that one. There we go. Look at all these cool ones. All right. Yeah. So basically Pogs on the blockchain, but it was like one of the first NFT games where you actually had a game mechanic, right?
The
If you
gameplay on the
games,
chain.
yes. If you looked at games back at this time, it was basically enter through the gift shop. everyone would just land on a site and you could buy some shit and that was it, right? And that like gave projects money to run, and that's awesome. And probably I didn't need to run with Cryptogs. This is probably as far as it needed to go. But yeah, it was actually a game that you would play. And I built a second contract that did more L2 stuff. It was kind of like state channel-y, and then you would write the end result. But it turns out Pogs aren't really that interesting. But there they are on the blockchain forever, immutable as can be. And you can go get some sweet poison Cryptogs and play. I think it's actually broken right now, by the way. I think with a MetaMask update, what I need to do is sort of repurpose all my old games back into Scaffold ETH, so I have all the latest stuff drawn or stuff built, so I can, like, the space moves quickly, right? And it's hard for me to keep up sometimes, so I'm doing all sorts of other stuff. But yeah, I need to get it on basically all my games were written for XDAI before XDAI even existed, and now XDAI is coming out and I can move all my games over to XDAI, and it actually might make sense to play Pogs on XDAI, right? So maybe we'll see Cryptogs ported over to XDAI soon. I don't think there's really a lot of interest in that, but yeah, I will if I get a shill. One thing that I would shill pretty hard right now is this Scaffold ETH repo. If you're thinking of building things, Nifty Ink was built with this in a couple of weeks. It's meant to be like this prototyping hackathon stack where you fire it up and you can make small changes to your contract, and your front end will basically react to the fact that you added new things to your contract, and you can go talk to your contract and then carve that out and build an app beyond that. And if you are a great Web 2 developer and you're thinking about getting into Web 3 and you want a white glove Scaffold ETH session, hit me up in the DMs and I will onboard you into Web3 and show you the ropes and give you some magic moments. And yeah, hit me up. I'm doing live one-on-one dev Zoom sessions, but you have to be a pretty good dev, decent dev. Like, you got to be able to build like a to-do list with a back end or something like that. I think that's where I draw the line. You don't have to be able, you don't have to know, yeah, you don't have to know anything about Solidity or smart contracts, but if you're a decent programmer, I will teach you all the Solidity and all the smart contract stuff and everything you need to know about Ethereum, but we'll use Scaffold ETH. And in the first session, basically we build out like everything you need to make a decentralized bank. So you'll have everything you need pretty quickly. And then in the second session, we actually deploy to XDAI and we move money around with an instant wallet, and maybe we go draw a dick on Nifty Ink. I don't know what it's going to be.
I don't know if you're seeing the chat, but people are really hyped about this. Like, this is exciting stuff. So you're building this, it looks like a React is your framework of choice.
Yep. And that was just because we asked all the developers in Ethereum, and like 80% of them said React. I had to go learn hooks. I didn't even know hooks, but now there's like tons of cool hooks in here. Like, it'll keep track of your balance. It'll go read values from a smart contract. There's a ton of stuff in all of these apps that I've built. I've found that I keep running into these same paradigms and these same things that I need to keep building. So I took all of those and I put them into Scaffold ETH. I put them into an old, if you're an old school Austin fan, you may have heard of Dapparatus. It was like a dApp building framework back in the day, but I've sort of ported that all to Scaffold ETH. And now Scaffold ETH doesn't run on hardly any of my code. It runs on Bidler and Create ETH app, two existing products that have great communities behind them already. So once you sort of like carve out the scaffolding, you will have the state-of-the-art tools. But I built this on top of state-of-the-art tools. So it's really easy and holds your hands through things and lets you build things and iterate things and test. And it's okay to screw up and it's fine, right? It tries to take care of as much as it can for you, but then eventually you can carve it out and build a real app. But hit me up in the DMs. If we have enough interest and there's just like a group of people, we'd always do like a group session. But no, I see a question about Viper. Man, when I get in there and I see someone's written a contract in Viper, it makes me really sad because it's really hard for me to read what the heck is going on. I'm just a Solidity guy right now. I should probably learn Viper just because seeing these contracts come out on mainnet with millions of dollars in them and people YOLOing in, I only know Solidity, so Viper is hard for me to understand. So I need to learn it just to learn it, but I am not a Viper fan yet. I'm all Solidity.
This is good. And it looks like we would probably have some interest if you wanted to.
That'd be great.
At some point later, like do a group, like let's build something awesome session.
That would be awesome. Maybe, yeah. If you guys want to coordinate or I can coordinate, like whatever, we can set something up for next Friday and just do a build session too. Like I could kind of speed run you through on my machine. So usually the way we do is I'll get on a Zoom call with someone and I'll set them as the host and they basically drive and they screen share and I kind of talk them through building an app. But if there's a bunch of us, maybe I could drive, or maybe we could have some brave soul be like the guinea pig and they could drive and all of us could watch or something along those lines. So I'm down for whatever. If it's just one or two, we could just do one-on-one sessions. If it's a bunch of people, let's like set up like a little dev session next Friday and build. Totally open to that.
Would be awesome. Yeah, it looks like I said, we've got some interest, and I think that would be a cool resource for the community to have access to, because if we record it, then we'd be able to kind of follow along at your own pace too.
Yep, that sounds perfect.
That is amazing. We will definitely get that scheduled. So
okay.
I'd be down for seeing about this. I have not done much Solidity programming, but
this is cool. Yeah, we'll start with like the
front
basics.
end things. So
yeah, if you're a good front end developer, this might actually be perfect for you because it's sort of replacing the back end with smart contracts. And I start from like the very beginning. The first thing we do is we bring in a counter and it's just one and we underflow it. And if you don't know what underflow is, you'll see because it's cool. But we very much start from the beginning.
That's the teaser for next week.
Yeah.
You know what underflow is. Check it out.
I like it. I like it a lot. Awesome. Well, thank you guys for having me. This has been a lot of fun. Let me get my video. Let's see. Can I do video again? If I stop streaming, no, it will not let me do. Video chat is not available for more than 25 users. Darn it. Let me see what I can do. I want to get
a bow tie was epic though.
Yeah, I gotta get a bow tie shot. Let me see if I can just like copy and paste it into chat. Hold on. What? Just some of this.
Take a screenshot and just
that's what I'm doing. Yep.
Keep it in your stream and then it'll be on the stream.
Yep. Here we go. Paste. Oh, is it working? I can't tell. Yep. There it is. Me thumbs up and right in chat. There it is.
Nice.
Yep. And if you look, that's a Nifty Ink back there in the background on that soft aperture. I actually haven't bought that one yet. It's $1,000. I probably shouldn't be displaying it if I don't buy it. I'll switch that to a different ink soon. But I've got some nice Nifty Inks in the background. Got a nice my full node back there. But thanks for having me, guys. Hit me up on Twitter or Telegram if you want to talk directly, or here on Discord. I'm at Austin Griffith. And if you guys are down, let's do a session next Friday where we go through just like the basics of Scaffold ETH. I'm always looking for new developers that are looking to build products.
Yeah, this would be an awesome experience. And I know just the presentation you've done today has been super amazing. There's so many resources that you're able to introduce the community to and kind of give us the back end details on how they were built. Because that's like having the ability to create art right now when things are so delayed with the gas prices is an amazing thing. And so this is a good resource for us, as well as understanding how it works, and the details about those burner wallets were really helpful.
Heck yeah.
I
awesome.
think this was a really awesome experience.
Awesome. Heck yeah.
So
I'm glad to hear it.
Thank you very much for coming to talk to us and hang out and be part of the community. This is definitely a positive thing for us. And I think the chat is pretty excited too.
Awesome.
We had overflow onto Twitch even.
Great. Great. Yeah. So I'm going to post a final shill in here with all the different. Oh, I should post the Scaffold ETH repo too.
Post all
Boom.
the things.
Shilling. Look at all the shilling. Oh, it won't let me. Oh, that's cool. It like shakes. Oh, that is cool feedback. Like if you try to post too much. I like that. There we go. There's all the shills. Oh yeah, and this one, Austin Griffith. That's me on Twitter and Telegram. Please hit me up, reach out. If you're an awesome developer and you want a one-on-one, let's do it. If you want to get in with the whale group next Friday, let's do a dev session then also. I'll just show you how to get started with Solidity and look at what it looks like to build a decentralized app. But yeah, thank you guys. I'm on to another dev session. Hearts for having me. Look forward to doing this again. You know, maybe my next third or fourth Nifty project, we'll come back and circle back and do another one of these.
Fantastic. Well, have fun with the rest of your dev projects for the day, and we will schedule something for next Friday.
Awesome. Thank you guys.
Thank
See you.
Have a good one.